Good afternoon. I am Jennifer Huerta. I am a student in the 8th semester of the Tourism and Hospitality Business Administration career. I am pleased to present my professional intervention project related to the efficient management and control of the cost of food and beverage, which I have the opportunity to carry out where I am now, Grand Hyatt Playa del Carmen Hotel. I will tell you a little about the hotel, my introduction to the processes and activities on a day-to-day basis, and how this led me to implement practical improvements through manual and effective processes. Grand Hyatt Playa del Carmen is a part-time resort located in the Riviera Maya, focused on incentive trips from national and international companies, events, and also groups in general. It has different amenities such as restaurants, gym, pool, spa, recreational activities, among other benefits such as all-inclusive. The operation of the hotel will not be possible with the manager in charge, such as the general manager, the directors of operation like sales and marketing, human resources, and maintenance and engineering, as well as the executive chef, will make it possible for the collaborators areas operational and administrative in general work together to achieve a position as one of the best all-inclusive hotels in the area and with the greatest prestige. It's here where finance play an important role within the hotel, and I have the opportunity to do my professional internship. In there, they are in charge of keeping a control and record of the financial operations that take place in the hotel, from the e-com, from consumption centers, as well as the sale of rooms, in addition to cash that passes through the general box for other types of income. They report financial statements in addition to forecasting income from occupancy. They are also in charge of payments to suppliers, as well as managing everything related to legal issues. On the other hand, they take care of the costs that are involved in the hotel's operation, and especially in food and beverage. As a trainee, I started doing bank reconciliations through various platforms and supports. Through this activity, I also began to get involved in internal audits, which were related to the reconciliations activities that I carry out, such as reviewing checks, discounts, registration cards, and group audits. This was where I began to notice that the cost of food and beverage was very high, and I was curious to get involved with it. So it also became a daily activity, calculating the cost from accounting accounts, requisitions, income by new plans, among others. This led me to be able to have a greater capacity for analysis regarding the numbers and to begin to create proposals that will solve the problem, starting from the original and starting to make improvements in the process. The purchasing department, together with the cost supervisor, has presented problems regarding high cost in food and beverage, especially in sushi roll consumption center. So making a breakdown, especially in a matter of beverage, is very high, very over the rest, which causes to a great extent that there is not expected income. All this stems from the lack of good communication between areas, which is why it's an impediment to have efficient process. In addition to the fact that the policies that are stipulated are not full signs, they tend to be from previous years, and those who have prepared them no longer they work in the hotel. The high costs are due to various problems and bad practices that exist in different areas of the hotel. In this case, from the kitchen area, through shopping as well as the general store and warehouses of each restaurant. That is why the process that follows must be changed as soon as a product is consumed. The purchase order is made, it arrives, and the warehouse and requisitions are made. By having a general analysis of the problem in each area, a solution will be given, from implementing a new policy, establishing a different process that is about all efficient, making changes to possible products with high prices, and it could even be the case of rethinking prices to the public, among other situations such as conducting analysis of products and services such as meal plan and grab club that are benefits that the hotel offers in terms of food and beverage, and seeing how it's impacting the cost. The intervention project is for the benefit of some aspects of the hotel's operation, which covers not only the finance area, but also the hotel's operation area focused on consumption centers, seeing the processes and measures that follow in terms of products, inventories, and requisition have been deficient, since they have not been supported based on various theories and aspects considered within the cost. There are discrepancies in income and costs that are particularly monthly. Thus, there are the questions in which part of the operations and decision making of the department exceeds committing an error and how to solve it, developing and reinforcing everything from the base of the problem. The project consists of activities and processes that will be carried out over several months and will be short, medium and long term, among which are the first, the purchasing area will carry out a new review of the supplier portfolio regarding the prices that they establish for the hotel, since these represent a high cost compared to the public price. So it will be convenient to search for new suppliers, or in this case, new ones. Purchasing strategies, this hand in hand with the account payable area involving the director of operations. Technological resources will be necessary, such as its various platforms that are virtual where items are registered and through which follow-up will be given. Afterwards, the dishes offer will be tabulated, thus calculating the general cost of all the consumption centers, in addition to make it broken down and just having an estimate of which one has the highest cost. Those responsible will be the chefs of the respective centers together with the executive chef, who will implement this system through two portals. The first, Beer Street, where the information of the products and their respective costs will be downloaded to have a control of the dishes. And finally, Macros is a system where the guest orders at mail and where the information of the dish with its price will be downloaded, and from which to calculate statics of the profits and the cost per consumption center with the respective checks entered. And well, carry out the general cost by consumption center, and in the case that it presenting a greater problem for the alcoholic beverage by consumption center. This will be done by the finance area on a daily basis, giving an estimate for those responsible and having strategies together with the purchasing area to begin to reduce the cost from purchase orders, in addition to warehouse requisitions. On the other hand, evaluate the possibility of changing the grand club and meal plan rate with respect to the cost represented by the groups that arrive and the average consumption. All these through instruments such as I mentioned, like Opera, Excel, BitStreet, and Micros, by which they must follow up income, prices, and cost. So far, we have put into practice some of the improvements, but they are in the validation process, in addition to taking time to be able to apply them through the various systems and work schemes. However, with this, we want to achieve an even more favorable reflect in the cost, and that as you have better control, it can be implemented even if in the spa area and also room division. To conclude, as you could see, its processes are different compared to other hotels, and it's what makes it unique and complex. Then it's also a big house, and the requirements or priorities may be different, as in my case. The case was managing and controlling the cost of food and beverage. In this learning process, I was involved in problems with fears, concerns, and feeling a lot of responsibility. Since there were times when I had to carry out activities that had an impact on accounting, But it was from there that I learned to develop my skills, knowledge, and trust in the work that I do. As time went by, I began to grow, learn, and also realize that it's part of the process to make mistakes or perhaps not understand everything. But the more it's done and everything is analyzed together, the meaning common knowledge and platforms become your best allies. The tourism career is not fought with finance. On certain occasions, you only need to have the basic knowledge and the desire to learn. Because along the way, while you stumble, learn, ask, question, investigate, and like what you do, you begin to grow and seek new challenges for yourself. And in my case, it was finance what became my day to day. Learning in these practices was perhaps not the biggest picture. However, it was enough to start growing in the world of work and embarking on a path in the hospitality industry. With this, I can conclude that the professional practices gave me the foundation to continue developing professionally and personally. I appreciate having had the opportunity to share my experience and about all these projects will continue in the hotel, leaving a mark for future trainees and collaborators. Thank you and the best regards.